Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video, a full face of Sephora spring sales haul. It's going to be a first impressions video. I'm going to show you everything that I've purchased, and of course I'm going to be applying most of these products on my face today. So I have ambient foundation from Hourglass, then I picked up the Sephora Best Ever concealer, I have new eyebrow products, I have a few blushes, I also have a new Pat McGrath bronzer that I'll be trying. Very excited to try all these items. Some of them are very new, like this Sephora collection blush. I've never tried a Sephora collection blush before, so I wanted to try the formula, and this was one of the newer shades that was launched, and I finally got my hands on this face palette. Now without further ado, let's dive in. Before we get into applying all the makeup, I also wanted to show you that I repurchased these two. I actually picked up just two extra ones. This is a melting cleansing balm that I was talking about in my recent empties video, and I also have done a dedicated video for Sephora skincare bestsellers. So if you wanted to check that video out, everything is already live on my channel. They are like that, fully sealed. But the texture of this cleansing balm is absolutely amazing. So this time I decided not to get any primer because I have a lot of primers right now. I actually need to declutter primers, so I didn't want to buy any new ones. I'm just gonna use my drugstore primer, Marshmallow primer, that I just have here sitting on my table. I have these two complexion products today to play with. I think I'm gonna start from the Sephora concealer. I got mine in shade 11.5P. I really like the doe foot applicator. It's really nice and large. I think I'm gonna start from here because I know it is a full coverage concealer. So far, it's blending really easily. This is a really nice coverage. Did not have any issues it clumping up or being uneven. Very nice coverage. Look, like blended into my skin so nicely. So now let's go apply the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation from Hourglass. So I got mine in the shade 3, which is fair with neutral undertones. Let's see, I'm gonna start from this amount. This was like 2 pumps, and it just seems to be kind of liquidy. I'm gonna start applying it with a brush. I just did a smudge with my brush. Look how much coverage I get. I think I took too much product, so I'm just gonna start applying it with the brush here. Let's see what happens. So this foundation is supposed to give you natural finish and medium coverage. That is a lot of coverage. Holy guacamole. I do not detect any scent, and I think the shade works out okay for now. I do not have any self-tan, so I think the shade will work for me. I like the glow. Do you guys see the glow? Let me try to apply it with the sponge. I'm gonna continue with the brush. I feel like sponge is skipping a little bit. This is my favorite foundation brush, Japanesque 962. I use it in a lot of my videos. I also have some breakouts today, you guys. So here and there and around on my nose. So this is a good time to see how much is gonna cover. A little definitely goes a long way. This is a nice thin layer, you guys. Look how much wasted product I have now. Kind of feel bad. So this says to be medium coverage, and I literally got it with the smallest amount of product right off the bat. So that's amazing. I'm just gonna go with my sponge on top just to buff everything. Actually, I don't even have a lot of streakiness. It's pretty smooth application with the brush. I want to make sure everything is really nicely melted into my skin. I do not have any brand new powders this time. I just used this Patrick Ta powder from the Duo because this is in my project pan currently, so I want to use that up. I use it around my eyes, and then I'm gonna use this Airbrush Flawless Finish powder from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade 1 to just dust off on my complexion around just very lightly, because I know this is a translucent shade for me. So I just want to make sure my entire face is set. Before we continue, I do want to use this K-Skin Eye Lip Balm SPF 30 because my lips just kind of feel dry right now. Such a nice, comfortable formula, and it smells like cocoa. This tip is fully rubbery, so it's really nice and soft when you apply it. I tried it in a simple size first, and because I love the formula so much, and now going into summer, I also like to protect my lips and use SPF on them as well. So now I would like to use this Pat McGrath bronzer. So there are 5 different shades at Sephora, retails for $39, and I got mine in the shade Naked Desire, which is the lightest shade. It's described as a soft golden bronze. To me, it looks very, very neutral. The packaging is really nice and sleek, and look at this beautiful imprint of the crown. It does have a mirror. The packaging is pretty nice and slim, and it does have this push button. When you press it, it opens the compact. It is quite powdery. When I pick it up with a brush, good amount of kickback. Color, it looks pretty neutral, but let's go ahead and apply it. Do you guys see the tone? It feels like a little bit of drier formula. The pigment looked nice, and I think the undertone looks very nice and natural. It does build up okay, and it doesn't look patchy so far. Definitely takes a little bit of a time to build up because it is a very light shade, but I kind of like how light it is. However, it is also warm. I think on the skin it looks a little bit warmer than I initially thought it would be from looking at it at the pan. Were you guys interested in this product when it was launched? Did you have your eyes on it? Did you pick it up during the sale as well? I definitely was not sure which shade to get, this one or the next one, and I just decided to go with this shade. So this gives you 9.5 grams of product, which is a little bit more than, for example, in my Fenty bronzer. Too Faced has 8 grams, so it just seems like you get more product here, and the price tag is not like ridiculous, you know, considering Pat McGrath high-end prices. I really like the undertone. It's very, very flattering. It definitely takes me a little bit of a time to build up everything, but it just seems like it just blends into skin. It's not patchy. It's really nice and soft. I will finish bronzing here behind the camera, but I really think so far I'm liking it. It looks very nice and smooth on skin. It doesn't look patchy, and it looks very nice, and I want to say peachy a little bit. It definitely exceeded my expectations at this point, but again, this is a first impression, but so far so good. So before I continue with my complexion, I really would like to frame my eyebrows, and I do have 2 new products. I have a Sephora collection brow pencil in the shade Taupe right here, slim pencil on one side, and then there's a skinny spoolie on the other side. So pretty standard, but I really like that this cap size and this cap size are different sizes. You know which one goes where. So I really like that they thought about it. Very convenient. And then this one is a Hold Up Soft Set Creamy Brow Wax from Lawless. I got mine in the shade light to medium. Really nice packaging. Very pretty. I'd like to apply it on one brow and see how much pigment I get. Because it is called a brow wax, I'm expecting a lot of hold. This is actually my preference. I do like a good amount of hold from my brows to make sure they do not move. So far, I don't think I'm getting a lot of pigment, you guys. My eyebrow hairs, as you can see, they're just getting coated, and I feel like it does give me a really nice hold right away. Look, like I'm brushing my hairs up, the brows are standing up. They are being fixed in a place. I really like that. Now that I'm brushing them up, they're definitely waxy, giving you like laminated effect. I like that, but I'm not getting pigment. I think I will need to fill it in with a pencil, like a good amount. Well, like you see, it definitely gives me a very natural brow effect and not so much pigment. However, I really like how much hold it gives me without being like clumpy or looking heavy, anything like that. It just really looks like my brows have been laminated. I've heard really good things about these Sephora brow pencils. So because I didn't try this before and was like my absolute first time applying this on my eyebrows, I did not know how much pigment I was gonna get. Now that I know that it's not pigmented, I would apply it differently. I would apply wax as a second step. Now that I know that, going forward, I will be doing that. But today I didn't know. And because this brow wax gives me that slippery, waxy surface, now I cannot put brow pencil on it because it literally just slips and the pigment doesn't stick. I'm gonna do my best here to just kind of fill up the sparseness, but it's just not the same. Now, going forward, I definitely will know to do it in a different order. So far the pencil is really nice and soft, but not too soft. So the consistency seems to be really, really nice. It looks really nice and natural. It doesn't look ashy. I think it works generally very well with this wax because it just gives me this like natural brow. I definitely picked up more blushes this time. I obviously only have one face and I cannot use all of them. I think I might try these two in today's video. This is a Cloud Crush. It says it's blurring blush from Too Faced, and I got mine in the shade Tequila Sunset. What a beautiful compact. Looks very nice and soft, but it does look like it has a little bit of a satin effect to it. Maybe it just seems like it. I don't know. I want to see how it's going to be on the skin. I will finish it up with this one from Sephora. It's a little bit brighter. I got this in the shade Sweet on You. This is a newly launched blush shade that Sephora just launched. It is definitely more of a glowy blush, which I don't mind going in summer. I usually like the matte blushes a little bit more, but this is such a pretty shade too. This palette also has very beautiful two blushes. I will show you the swatches in just a little bit, but I think in today's video I'm going to use the other two blushes and use the highlighter today. Before we get into blush, I kind of wanted to note something here. Now that I continue with my complexion, I am noticing more glow from my bronzer. Look guys, there is no highlighter. Look how nice and glowy my bronzer looks. Or maybe it's a foundation. I do not know. I'll get to find that out once I start testing all these products and wearing them separately. But so far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. So I'm going to start from this Too Faced blush, and I'm going to try to apply this here. Let's see. Let's see what this color is. This is so pretty. Oh, this is such a spring color. The finish definitely looks satin to me, but the color is really nicely pigmented. So I think this is bright enough. I really didn't realize how bright it is gonna be, and I went really light-handed on a very fluffy brush. I feel like this is too bright to layer it with something else. I'm just gonna apply this one on this side, and if it's gonna look different, it's gonna look different. So I'm gonna take different clean brush to apply this blush with. This blush also has a really nice smear. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, this one is pigmented too. What do we think? What do we think? It is also really nice and glowy. I would want to say that this is a little bit more natural satin, very subtle glow, and this one is definitely more glowy. The colors are definitely different, so we're just gonna roll with it, you guys. This one is a little bit more on the peachy rosy side, and this one is definitely leaning towards more pink, but both are really pretty. So now I would like to use this face palette. So this face palette comes in two different color variations, and this one is in the shade Enchant, which is a lighter option. So this shade option has been sold out for the longest time. So if you really have been wanting this, right now it's currently still in stock as I'm filming this. This palette has a highlighter, a matte blush, a glowy blush, and a matte bronzer by description. The glowy blush almost looks like it could be a blush topper. It's definitely very nice and highlighty. Let me see if I can swatch those. I felt like on the swatch, the highlighter looks a little bit more champagne-y, but here in the pan, it does look a little bit more on the goldy side. But let me see how it's gonna look. I'm gonna go very light-handed. Let's see where we're gonna get. Oh, wow. Okay. Beautiful, very nice and smooth, blended really nicely into my skin. I don't think I have like a patch, but I really like how soft and smooth it is. Let's just add a little bit here too. You guys know I like my highlighters. Oh my God, yes. Yes. I'm gonna add a little bit here as if I'm not glowing enough. We're just playing with makeup. It's really not that serious. I also would like to take a smaller brush, and I'll add this here on my Cupid bow. So far so good. The highlighter is very pretty, and I'm excited to test the rest of the palette. Definitely will be updating you in my future videos. So I usually give you my updates in my monthly collective hauls. I usually film them like about 2-3 weeks into the following month from all the products that I purchased in the previous month. So it definitely gives me a really nice, reasonable time to test everything. And then I come off and tell you what I purchased and my thoughts about that. Let me go ahead, finish on my eyes, and I'll come back with the lipstick. So the last item that I wanted to test today is this lipstick from Sephora collection. This is called #Lip Stories, and the shade is called Hot in Havana. I always wanted to go to Cuba so badly. This outer packaging is made out of very thick like carton paper, and this part is plastic. It looks very orange and I'm very, very excited about it. This is a cream formula. Can you guys see it says hashtag cream embossed in the lipstick itself? This looks very orange and this is exactly what I wanted. So I'm very excited to try this. Let's go ahead and apply. Very nice and creamy formula and has a beautiful shiny finish to it. Feels weightless on lips and does not have an unpleasant scent. So far it's not going in on my teeth or trying to escape. As you notice, I did not apply any lip liner today, so I just kind of went on my bare lips. Okay guys, this is a finished look. I don't think I've ever worn different blushes in the video ever. This is definitely a first, but for the science reasons, here we are with two different blushes. So for most part, I think I liked and enjoyed everything as an initial impression. I'm definitely going to be testing all these products as I always do. Very hopeful for that concealer. I definitely will be playing around with it more. I think the standout products today, definitely the blushes. When it comes to Pat McGrath bronzer, I did expect a good quality. I mean, it's Pat McGrath we're talking about here, right? But I didn't expect this. I really love the shade, the undertone of this. So as far as the foundation, I know how much hype this foundation received at its time when it was launched. I'm definitely impressed by application. Am I impressed how this looks on my skin? Not yet. I expected more right off the bat. I expected a wow factor from the initial application. I haven't gotten that yet, but again, this is initial thoughts. I'm going to be testing this with different primers, different powders. So this sums up my video. Let me know what you think of this makeup. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. I also want to know what you purchased at Sephora VIB Sale, if you shopped at all, if you skipped. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed while watching this video, give this a big thumb up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications. That way you will not miss my updated thoughts on any of these products and upcoming videos. So thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me today, and I will see you in my next one.